Hello, can all of you hear me? Okay. Okay, sorry, actually there was some internet issues, so I was not able to log in. So I have to move to another laptop. Can all of you see the PPT? I cannot see. Cannot see the PPT. Okay, one second. Again. 1 second. Okay, I tried to upload it again. PPT is not getting uploaded. And anyways, the PPT, I don't know, there's some issue with IQ today. The PPTs are not getting. Anyways, Let's continue. Whiteboard, can all of you? Okay, so let's start. So the topic that we will be learning today is product evaluation. What do we mean by the term evaluation? Evaluation means to examine something, checking something, yeah. So once the product is made or once the product is manufactured, the companies also run this product evaluation process. So let's first of all see what it is, its definition. A product is a term for any item that has been manufactured and is useful to you. You are a customer or consumer when you buy it or use it. Evaluation of the product means that its suitability and safety for use by consumers are checked out. All products are made are required by law to be safe to use. This is not a requirement that they are absolutely safe. That is not possible. Nor must they be safe at unbearable cost to industry. That would put innovation at risk. But they are required to be as safe as it is reasonable to accept. So there are some industry standards for safety which all the organizations have to follow while manufacturing any product. Also, the product that they manufacture should be user friendly and it should be easy to use, right? So all the company have to follow such norms, right? There is no company which guarantees 100% safety, but up to certain extent, because on the other side it is also the duty of the person who is operating that product. That is what they are trying to convey in this first paragraph. Second, product evaluation. This allows the designers and manufacturers to be more creative. Now, with this initiative, they have to be more creative in their while designing the product. But it makes it more difficult for them to ensure that they have compiled with the appropriate regulations. Even where there is specific legislation, manufacturers may not know if they have done enough to show due care, right? So even after giving their 100% or 200% while designing the product, they are the manufacturers are still not sure whether the product they have made is more safer to the customers or not. Which is their main defense if a product supplied by them is subsequently judged to be unsafe. So this explanation they use it as a defense. Suppose if they were cross-examined, evaluation will help. So till now clear? Okay. Let's see what are the types of evaluation. Types of evaluation. So specialist laboratories can carry out testing of a product. So what the organization do is after designing their product, there are specialist laboratories across the countries who test who test the product and their safety. Like recently, if you have heard in the news, there is certain cars of Hyundai that they are not safer, so they run their own safety test. So likewise, there are many safety organizations who test the safety of such products from time to time. To prove that the especially the kind of, they might do this for three main reasons. Now, why do they test the product? To prove that the product complies with relevant standards. So it means that they check whether the industry standards are completely followed for manufacturing that product or not. Second, to investigate accidents to discover whether product design fault caused the accident or not. So they also check that if any accident took place, then what will be the characteristic of that product to overcome those accidents. It should not work as a fuel for those accidents, right? Number third, to compare a product with others of a similar design. Also, these laboratories compare such products with other products of a similar design. So for these three reasons, such laboratories do the testing. Test can also include mechanical, physical, electrical, chemical, and inflammability test. So they also test the product on these parameters, like its physical condition, uh, whether the product made is of good material or not. Electrical means there should be no uh, chance of a short circuit in the product. Chemical means that there should be no chemical reaction which is harmful to the user. And last one is inflammability test. It means that it should not be what to say. It should not be good for the fires. The materials used should not support the fires in case the fire catches the product. These can evaluate product energy efficiency, reliability, and durability. That is, the product should continue to work as intended over an approximately longer period of time. Finally, and most importantly, these tests can help to assess safety, but a fuller evaluation can be provided by using ergonomics because it looks at issues from the user's point of view. Now, there is a study called ergonomics, right? So many companies do these studies for product evaluation. In that uh, they examine the product from user's point of view more minutely. Clear, everyone? Okay. Next thing is creating a safe product. Now the most important issue which concerns any consumer while buying the product is the safety of that product. Product safety is the main issue to consider when designing, evaluating, or purchasing a product. A product may be unsafe for two reasons. It might not have been produced as intended because although the design was safe, there was a fault in the manufacture or inspection process, which is called a manufacturing defect. For example, the locks on a folding chair may fail to engage properly, causing the chair to collapse when sat on. Number two, the product might have been produced as intended and functions properly but is still unsafe, which means there is a design defect. For example, a folding chair may unlock unexpectedly when the user tries to move it and traps their fingers. Design defects in the product generally occur because the assumptions about the abilities and behavior of people using the products are wrong or are not taken into account. If these defects are not put right, they may cause people to have an accident with the product. An ergonomist can provide manufacturers with the necessary information to minimize the risk of any accident happening. Clear? Simple. Yeah. Designers and manufacturers make products based on how they think people will use them. To create a product that is safe and easy to use, you need to find out information about the users and their behavior with the product. This information might be about the product user, that is, anthropometric data can make sure that the product is the right size for the intended user or range of data. So for getting the user sense, what the organizations do, they carry out a survey to get the sense of the customers, what they think about the product. If the product is intended for elderly people or children, it will need to be designed to deal with a limited range of reach or movement. Elderly people often have stiff joints that make it difficult for them to get up from seats which are too low or to hold awkward objects properly. So at the time of designing, the companies also take care of the age groups for which they are designing the product. Suppose if they are designing the product for old peoples or young children, then they keep the parameters which are important for users of such age. Like here they are referencing the example of the chairs, that the chair should be made of uh, should be less in height, so that elderly people can easily sit on it. Okay. Gaps and clearances should suit the user. For example, the bars on cots and playpens should be close enough to each other so that a child cannot get their head caught between them. Designing a product using male body dimensions might mean that it is not suitable for use by females and vice versa. Ideally, a product should be suitable for use by small women as well as by large men, children, and products. The product should not involve users in excessive physical effort, which might, for example, raise their heart rate, breathing rate, body temperature. So the product should not be either too heavy so that it is difficult to pull up, or it should not be too large in size so that it is not easy to move. Children are not good at understanding safety issues. They tend to be involved in many more than their share of accident to scalding caused pulling on the lid of a boiling kettle. Suitable precautions for safety design are needed even if the product is not directly intended to be used by the children. Clear? This is the product user. Any doubts? Okay. One second. Now, next is the product environment. Environment. Yeah. Can you see it now with the heading the product environment and the product itself? Okay. Let's see what do we mean by the product environment. The product should be evaluated under the same condition as it will be used in. Right now there are many products who are directly proportional to the atmosphere. I mean to say that their behavior or characteristic will directly be affected with the temperature they are in. So while doing the product evaluation, the ergonomist makes sure that the temperature or the environment should be same or similar as the environment in which the user will be using that product to check its characteristic. Some products such as gardening tools are obviously intended for use of out of doors, and so must allow for users wearing gloves when it is cold or for being used in the wet. Other products such as bleach may be used in a steamy atmosphere like a bathroom, and users may have trouble reading instructions and warnings if they are too small, as they may not be able to wear their glasses. Right. So the whole idea behind over here is to keep the environment into consideration at the time of evaluating the product, and the environment should be similar to the condition in which the users will use the product in that environment. Clear everyone? Any doubts till now? Any questions? Okay. Next is the product itself. The product should be comfortable and easy to use. This can be checked during the trials by asking the users what they think about products through a structured experiment or questionnaire. Checklists can be made to ensure that all aspects of design and use are assessed. So there are many organizations or many companies who ask the actual users of that product to give the feedback about the working of that product. Like we have seen that if you have noticed this e-commerce services online, after buying any product online, they always ask you to give your feedback, right? So if not online, the it is done manually by developing some checklist or doing some surveys. Clear? Okay. Okay, next is the legal requirement for product safety. So there is a general body GPSR, whose full form is General Product Safety Regulation, who has made the policy for the product safety of all the product, or they have decided the standard for each and every product. The General Product Safety Regulation, it was constituted in 1994, and the Provision and Use of Work Equipment Regulations 1992 require the producers to minimize the hazards. Hazards means lot of minimize the problems. Let me check the exact meaning of hazards. Hazards means a danger or risk. a danger or risk. Yeah. To minimize the hazards and risk in the use of their products. Producers and suppliers have a responsibility to provide a product that must, as far as possible, be safe. Therefore, there must be an assessment of the safety and safe use of a product. This includes the product characteristics, the type of user and their views, the product's use under normal and occasional conditions, and the effectiveness of the instructions provided. Now you have seen that with every product you will be given a user manual in which the instructions are also mentioned of the do's and don'ts with the product. Actually, all those guidelines are set by GPSR. Clear? One second. One second. Okay, let me. See this link, everyone. You will find one example in this link of product evaluation. So you can go through it later on. You can find the example of product photographs. Can you see that website? There's one example given over there. Okay. So that is all for this topic. There are nothing much left. So it's a small topic. So that is all for today. Thank you very much. See you next week. Okay. So thank you very much. Good night. Take care.